I'm replaying the entire career of Marcus Rashford from the very beginning. We're giving him his FIFA 16 overall and potential, which by the way was 69. Not bad at all for your first FIFA overall. It's actually more than even Mbappe and Haaland's first ever ratings. But yeah, they're competing for Balon d'Ors these days. And Rashford's out here getting transfer listed by Man United. That's right, guys. It feels like Rashford's career started off with so much potential and hype, but now it's all completely gone. And that's why today I want to see if we can give Rashford a career that's worthy of his talent. But that's going to mean making big decisions. Because season 1, I don't think we should be keeping Marcus Rashford at Man United. He's 18 years old, 69 overall. I know in real life, in such a circumstance, he managed to break through and become a starter for Man United. But right now, they've already got Højlund and Xerxes at the club. 69 rated Rashford isn't playing more than them. Plus, I kind of feel like being at Man United all his life has kind of hurt Rashford, the kind of pressure he's under, the English media scrutiny. I feel like if we're replaying his career, we've got to give him a completely alternate path and see if he can succeed that way. That's right, boys. I'm putting Rashford in the transfer list. Okay, let's see where the first offers are going to come for Marcus Rashford. I'm hoping they're not from English clubs because I feel like starting out elsewhere could really help Rashford. And okay, there are multiple offers coming from Italian clubs, Cagliari as well as Parma. I think one of these clubs could be a really smart move for Rashford to hone his skills. Lately, we've actually been seeing a lot of English players move to the Serie A, and they've been thriving. But which club do we choose, Cagliari or Parma? Do you know what? I'll accept both offers, and we'll let Marcus Rashford make his first big decision. Guys, that has not gone according to plan. We've almost waited like a couple of weeks, but Rashford is still at Manchester United. And yup, it looks like he's rejected all those offers from Italian clubs. He's even rejected Luton Town. Bro, I feel like Rashford's kind of forcing us to keep him at Man United. He probably believes even with a 69 overall, he can start over the likes of Xerxes and Rasmus Højlund. I mean, I do understand. He's a homegrown boy at Man United. He wants to make it here still. Do you know what? In real life, Rashford at this very age managed to break into that Man United team. Let's get through the season and see if he can do it all over again. Oh no, Rashford only played like 11 games. He still scored. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to be breaking into that Man United team anytime soon. Also, growth-wise, he only went up by a couple of ratings. I know, Rashford, you want to succeed at Man United, but I don't think now is the time. I'm putting you on the transfer list. This time, we are going to make him join another club. I feel that's what's best for Rashford's career. Who knows? Maybe at some point, Man United will come calling again. Season 2, and we've already got offers for Marcus Rashford. Stade de Reims in France want him, but I don't think Liga is the perfect club for Rashford to grow at. Okay, this has got me interested. CD Leganés. Just check, they are in La Liga, which means this would give Rashford an opportunity to play against the likes of Barca and Real Madrid, most likely as a starter as well. And I really feel this is the kind of club Rashford needs to go to just get away from the English media, focus on his own performances, and who knows, later on he'll be back in the Premier League. Oh, this feels like Rashford's getting a good old slice of humble pie, starting out his career now at Leganés. But you know what? I think this is going to be way better for Rashford's career long term. Ooh, even at Leganés, Rashford does have competition. This Garcia guy with the same overall, but I do think Rashford's better. I feel all Rashford needs to do this season is just become a guaranteed starter. And I knew it, guys. La Liga's been perfect for Rashford. 35 games played, 19 goals and 6 assists. Bro, he finished as the 9th top scorer in La Liga, just 3 goals behind Robert Lewandowski, up to a 76 overall too. Look at those stats as well. 82 finishing now. We've definitely completed the challenge of making Rashford a starter. I think the next goal for Rashford is to potentially join a club where he can win silverware, but it might be too early. He's still 20, only 76 rated. For that, I think we'll need to get him to like an 80 overall at the bare minimum. So I think staying at Leganés for season 3 might be the play. Now, while we're waiting to sim until the end of the season, I've got a big announcement. UFL is now free to play on both PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. I've been patiently waiting for this moment ever since UFL dropped their first teaser and revealed Ronaldo as their cover star. I mean, a football game that's not just free to play, but also fair to play, with skill-based gameplay, no scripting, and here's the best part, no yearly progress resets. The team you build is yours to keep and dominate with. I've actually done a couple of videos years on UFL, played a ton of games. And what I love the most about the gameplay is the passing. It is so crisp. And also, did you know that in UFL, the more games you play with your team, you can actually grow the overall of your players? I mean, it gives me a road to glory vibe, which I absolutely love. Guys, UFL is really changing the football gaming space, and I highly recommend you guys to try it out. I mean, hey, it's free to play. There'll be a link in the description to download UFL. Trust me, guys, I've been having a lot of fun building my team in UFL, so I know you guys will have a lot of fun too. Oh, and while you wait until UFL downloads, let's get back to the video. Oh, this time Rashford scored even more goals. 19th in La Liga, the 6th top scorer. Bro, he was 3 goals off winning the Golden Boot. For some reason though, his overall isn't growing as quick. Only up to a 77 this season. Okay, he's helped Leganés finish 9th in La Liga. One thing Rashford's done is get Leganés completely out of like a relegation battle. But I feel like this is the limit of what he can do at this club. Even though I kind of wanted to wait for Rashford to get to an 80 overall before we transfer him to a new club, I think after 2 seasons, it's time. Stats-wise, Rashford is looking ready. Transfer listed. And let's see which clubs are interested in a 77 rated Rashford that's got more experience now as well. By the way, guys, once we go through Rashford's entire career and he retires, we're going to be reviewing all his achievements and deciding whether he deserves an icon card, a hero card, or in case he somehow ends up having like a terrible career, no card at all. And this decision you guys are going to be making in the comments. But yeah, there's a lot of time for us to decide on what Rashford's icon card could look like, or if he'll even be getting one. For now, though, it looks like he could be heading back to the Premier League playing for Fulham. Oh, they're coming in with decent money as well, 13.7. Fulham are in the Premier League. But remember our challenge? It's to try and get Marcus Rashford a trophy. But I don't think I want to jump on the first offer. Let's see what all clubs come for him. And we've got Marseille. That is way more interesting because they're one of the bigger clubs in France. Even though Liga's level is not the highest, playing for Marseille could be big. Okay, I've just checked and Marseille are going to be in the Champions League. And so off goes Rashford to France. I actually think Marseille is going to be the perfect club for his growth. But yeah, looking at his career so far, a stinker of a season at Man United, couple of good seasons at Leganés, and now of course Marseille. This is definitely not an icon-worthy career or even a hero-worthy career. But hey, this is only the start of Rashford's career. It matters where he finishes. Oh, but life in France has not been kind to Rashford. He just played 5 games for Marseille, 1 goal. In other news, I didn't realize he was going to be teammates with Greenwood at Marseille. That completely went over my mind. Well, it's not good to get outscored by Greenwood though. I guess I shouldn't be mentioning his name. I don't want to get demonetized or even cancelled. But anyways, guys, I really don't know how Rashford wasn't able to displace this Moumbagna guy. They're the same overall. Surely Rashford should have played more games. I mean, after a season like that, I'm tempted to maybe move Rashford to another club, but it's going to be the same story everywhere. Rashford needs to establish himself as a starter here at Marseille before he can maybe dream of going to a bigger club and winning trophies and whatnot. Now, this is much more like it, boys. 2nd season for Rashford at Marseille, 15 goals. But for some reason, we're not able to get his overall up. At 23, I kind of expected Rashford to be like 83 overall or something, because that's what'll get Rashford the big offers from other clubs. Maybe it's because we're transferring him from club to club, he's losing his potential. But I really thought this season we could get him away from Marseille, because look at that, they're 8th in the league. They're not going to be a Champions League club anytime soon again. Our goal of getting Rashford to win some silverware is definitely not going to happen at Marseille. Okay, another season at Marseille, and at least Rashford has become like a guaranteed starter. That's the only good thing that's happening. Still only 10 goals. That's super underwhelming. And man, I think a big reason his stats are so bad here is that he's playing for a Marseille team that are horrendous. 14th in the league. Just 2 places away from being relegated. I think to save Rashford's career, we need to get him out. This Marseille experiment has not worked. The good thing is he's finally going up in his overall, at least up to an 81. I think now at least we can find him a good club. I've just realized that we've gone through 6 years of Rashford's career. He's 24 now, no longer a young player, and he's only got like 65 goals to show for it. No trophies, nothing of that sort. That 1 season at Man United was a stinker. Leganés was good, I'll give him that. But Marseille too was horrendous. Bro ain't getting any sort of a hero or icon card for this kind of a career. I think this next club, we need to get it right. Hold up, guys. Before all of that, he's on international duty this season. Oh, it's 2030 and Rashford's been picked for the World Cup. Can you imagine if Rashford's first career trophy is the World Cup? Well, he's already out of the group stages. Oh my days, in the round of 16, they've knocked out Germany. Through against Mexico too. But Ukraine beat them in the World Cup semi-finals. Well, Rashford does get a bronze medal at the World Cup, beating Argentina on 91 pens. Ukraine ended up winning the World Cup. Fair enough. What I'm interested to see is if Rashford did anything at the World Cup. Wait, where's Rashford? I see Cole Palmer, Bellingham, but there's no Marcus Rashford here. Wait, he didn't get the call up for the World Cup. Did we just get baited? But I remember it showed that Rashford went on international duty. Nah, man, I genuinely feel for Rashford. He just got baited. But anyways, there are offers now coming in for him, so let's just focus on his career. Maybe the next World Cup he'll get some game time. Valencia have come in. Back to La Liga, where actually he did pretty well. Oh, but Aston Villa seems super interesting, playing under Unai Emery. Of course, going back to the Premier League, dealing with the English media. But I think as long as he's not in like a top 6 club, the media will kind of leave him alone. But is Aston Villa the club where Rashford can stay a few seasons at, keep growing in his overall? And well, they too are in the Champions League. And okay, he's gonna have some great teammates at Villa like Phil Foden. We're making the gamble, boys, sending Marcus Rashford back to the Premier League, playing at Aston Villa. I think at the age of 24, this transfer is kind of gonna be make or break for Rashford's career. He needs to perform for Villa. Oh no, guys, I didn't know Aston Villa had an 87 rated striker. That means Rashford's gonna barely get any game time at Villa too. At 24, I don't think we can afford another stinker of a season for Rashford. We've got to figure out a way to get Rashford into that starting 11. Okay, he's not going to be playing on the right side because there's Phil Foden. But on the left side, well, we've converted Rashford to a left winger. He's still an 81 overall. And now he's at least got a chance of breaking into that Aston Villa starting 11. That's the only goal we have now for Marcus Rashford. To save his career, he needs to become a starter here and make a name for himself. Okay, what am I seeing here? These stats from Rashford are crazy. Top scorer for Aston Villa, 29 goals. Wait a minute, he had 11 goals in the Champions League? No way, he's the second top scorer of the Champions League. What has just happened? From struggling at Marseille to balling out now in the Champions League? And wait, what? Rashford and Aston Villa are in the Champions League final? What on earth is happening? Okay, it's not like this Aston Villa team is something crazy. They finished 6th in the Premier League, didn't win any other trophies. That basically means the Champions League could be Rashford's first ever trophy. Are you kidding me? And bro, if he scores in this Champions League final, he could take home the Golden Boot award as well. Bro, this is football, man. One moment Rashford was struggling at Marseille, snubbed at the World Cup, and now he's about to play a Champions League final. Can he actually score and win this? They've won on penalties. Rashford indeed is a Champions League winner. He did his job scoring his penalty too. Did he score during the game? That's the real question. He did score. Oh my days. If you guys in the comments were thinking, nah, he doesn't deserve a hero or an icon card for his career so far, but taking Aston Villa to Champions League glory, I think we've at least secured his hero card legacy. I think the best thing we did was convert him to a left winger because he's up to an 84 overall, and I think he's only gonna get better. And yup, another season at Villa and Rashford's up to an 87 overall, 28 goals as well. Bro has just won back-to-back Champions League Golden Boots. But this time his Aston Villa team got knocked out in the round of 16 itself. And yo, Aston Villa were nowhere to be found in the Premier League 9. I still feel this Aston Villa team is good. Rashford's better than ever because our next challenge is to get Rashford to win a league title, and doing it with Aston Villa, the club he won the Champions League with, I think will be tremendous. Okay, what even is this growth? Marcus Rashford is now up to an 89 overall. Another season with 20 plus goals. Oh, and he actually came so close to winning the Premier League Golden Boot, just one away from Erling Haaland. Oh, but Aston Villa were far away from winning the Premier League. I hate to say this, guys, but if we want Marcus Rashford to be winning the league titles, maybe even a Balon d'Or, because yep, Rashford's overall now is getting into that territory. Do you know what? Things are going so well for him right now at Aston Villa. Let's give him one more season, because I still think Rashford has got the teammates here to try and win the Premier League. All right, guys, this is the moment of truth. Has Rashford won the Premier League with Aston Villa? Oh my days, he has. That is absolutely insane. Who would have thought at Aston Villa we would be seeing Rashford absolutely dominate? He's won them both the Premier League and the Champions League now. Bro, he's up to a 92 overall as well. And another solid season goals-wise, 28. For the last 4 seasons at Villa, he's been putting up numbers like this. No Champions League though for Rashford because he's got knocked out in the quarterfinals. But yeah, guys, I was 100% sure this was going to be Rashford's final season here at Villa. But now that he's won the Premier League and he's 92 rated, I genuinely feel like he's got a shot at winning the Balon d'Or. d'Or. And if we transfer him to another club, the game just glitches out and it's not going to give him a Balon d'Or. By the way, it's 2034, which means the World Cup. But England's World Cup ended rather soon. Knocked out in the group stages. At least this time Rashford got picked for the World Cup and he got to score a goal. Alright guys, for now we've made it to the Balon d'Or ceremony. Marcus Rashford, 92 rated. He's a serious contender. Let's skip forward and see if the cutscene's gonna play, and I think it does. Oh my days. I think he's won it. For taking Aston Villa to Premier League glory, Marcus Rashford has just won the Balon d'Or. That is crazy. I genuinely don't know how we've pulled this off. Because midway through Rashford's career before this Aston Villa move, it looked like he was gonna have a bang average career. But then something changed at Villa and he's become a club legend. Of course, after winning the Balon d'Or, Rashford puts one of his best ever seasons, 32 goals, up to a 93 overall as well. He couldn't win the Premier League though this time, but a Community Shield and an FA Cup, as well as the Carabao Cup. Yo, that's 5 trophies Rashford has won for Aston Villa. That is just crazy. I do think though, after 5 seasons at Aston Villa, it is time for Rashford to take on a new challenge. But the thing is, he's a Balon d'Or winner. He's also won the Champions League. What else is really there for him to achieve? Well, there is one thing left for Rashford to achieve: going back to his hometown club and achieving success. That's right, boys. We started Rashford's journey at Man United for 1 season where he was absolutely woeful. But now, as a Balon d'Or winner, we're sending Rashford back to Manchester United. I mean, Rashford's won all the individual awards, the Golden Boots, the Balon d'Ors. Now the goal is for him and Man United to just win as many trophies as possible before Rashford retires. But the problem is, this is Manchester United. And if you've been seeing the Premier League tables while Rashford was winning all those titles with Aston Villa, you'd notice that Man United was literally never there. What even is this team, boys? Not a single midfielder above an 80 overall. The defense is tragic. I mean, there's only so much even a Balon d'Or winner can do. So to help Rashford out in his final years at Man United, we're going to be allowed to make 1 signing every season. Hopefully with that, we can get Rashford a ton of trophies at Man United. And I think easily we need to bring in a midfielder to help him out. Now, we need to bring in a teammate that's worthy of playing alongside a Balon d'Or winning Rashford. And was there ever any doubt? Jude Bellingham is the player we're going to bring. Now, I know he's 32 years old. We're deep in a career mode, but he's 94 rated. Oh, but even with Bellingham, Man United finished 12th? What has Marcus Rashford gotten himself into? Also, did you notice? Rashford's former club Villa have been relegated. That is crazy. To be honest, guys, Rashford didn't have the best of seasons, just 12 goals. Didn't grow in his overall. I think he might have hit a peak. We've made it to season 13 of career mode. Just 3 seasons left for Rashford to try and win something with his boyhood club. Clearly, Bellingham wasn't enough. Now, we do get to make 1 more signing this season. And you guys know how important having a high-rated goalkeeper is, so I think that's what we're gonna do. Is this Thibaut Courtois' regen? Victor Smet? Bro is 90 rated and chilling out here at Leicester City? Well, not anymore, because we're signing him to help out Rashford. Oh, and that's the difference a good goalkeeper can make. Man United up to 5th in the Premier League. Oh, and Rashford's actually growing in his overall. 25 goals as well this season. Nah, man, he's only come back to his boyhood club and just secured a Premier League Golden Boot. We're now in season 14. Just 2 seasons until Rashford will be forced to retire, because career mode literally ends after 15 seasons. But okay, I think the next signing we make could get this team the Premier League title, so I'm thinking it's gotta be centre-back. Bro, we're so far into career mode that Pau Kubarsi is in his prime at the age of 30. 90 overall. I'm really hoping he can help Rashford win the Premier League with Man United. And okay, guys, this is good. Rashford has just won the Europa League with Man United. Okay, I think he's peaked in his overall. He's not going to be going up anymore. Oh my days, but he's put in one of his best ever seasons, 38 goals. But no, guys, he missed out on winning the league by just 1 point. That is crazy. We're now in the final season before Rashford is forced to retire. And to be honest, he is going down in his overall. I really want Rashford to end his career with the Premier League with Man United. For that, though, we can make 1 transfer this season. It's got to be a midfielder. And for that, we're bringing in another Bellingham. This time, it's Jude's little brother, Job. But is that going to be enough for Rashford to win the Prem with Man United? While we wait to simulate until the end of the season, if you guys could subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. This is it, boys. The end of Rashford's career. Has he managed to win the Premier League? And no, second again. Champions League 2 knocked out by Napoli. And this is in spite Rashford putting his best ever season, 44 goals. I actually can't believe he pulled this off in his final year. And he somehow went up in his overall. But yep, guys, that is the end of Rashford's career. And now we've got to make the big decision. question. Based on these 15 seasons, is Rashford going to get a hero card, an icon card, or no card at all? I think we can all agree, winning the Champions League with Villa, getting to a 94 overall, he deserves to at least be a hero. But what I'm wondering, boys, has he done enough to be an icon? To be honest, winning the Balon d'Or, coming back to Man United, putting in numbers like this, I'd say, yeah, he's done enough to be an icon. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed this journey with Rashford, I'm sure you'll enjoy me play the career of Victor Gyökeres. Click here to watch that. Also, big thank you to UFL for sponsoring today's video. It's time to play for football.